Hi friends, welcome to the channel. Today I want to share with you 8 worst purchases I made in my 20s. The reason I made all those mistakes is because I wanted to own an item immediately and I didn't really think of the consequences of owning that particular item. After years of experience, I am now much more aware of what to buy and what to look for when I'm trying to purchase something, whether this is something for my wardrobe or beauty products or something for my house. I'm just thinking more consciously of that particular thing, and I'm just wondering whether I'm going to use it often enough so I can actually justify that purchase, or if it's going to help me at something, or if it's going to be just for pleasure and I'm simply just going to enjoy having it. Let's start. Number 1, outfits for special occasions. I think we are all guilty of buying items only for one special occasion, whether this is a prom maybe, or a communion, wedding, christening, a dressing up party, or maybe Christmas at the office when you need that Christmas jumper. The problem with those clothes is that we only just tend to wear them once and we never wear them again. So what I used to do in the past, I would just buy a dress that would cost me 100 to 200 pounds and only wear it once. So if you think about cost per wear, which is normally the price divided by the amount of times you're planning to wear it or you're going to wear it, for me the cost per wear was literally the price of the garment, because if I wore that item only once, that's simply the cost per wear. So now thinking of buying an item only to wear it once, it's like unbelievable in my head. Number 2, and that's outfits that don't fit. Okay, so I'm really guilty of this one because I used to be a little bit overweight and I was buying clothes that I saw in a shop in a much smaller size. So for example, 1 or 2 sizes smaller, only because I thought that one day I'm going to be able to wear them. When I think of it now, I just thrown away so many clothes because I simply wasn't able to lose that weight. And even after I did, I didn't really like those clothes any longer. And they were reminding me of, you know, myself from the past and my kind of previous behaviors. And I didn't want to wear them either because they were out of fashion, simply. Point number 3, and that's uncomfortable underwear. Even if the item looks beautiful, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the most comfortable thing. And fine, it is good to buy something that you know you're going to wear and it looks pretty, but if you have to wear that item for, I don't know, hours and hours because you dress up to go to work and you wear something that is uncomfortable, I think this is just no. I used to do it in the past simply because, I don't know, maybe that item was like cheap and I needed it, and I didn't really pay attention then to how my body feels wearing certain items. And now when I buy something, I have to have this feeling of like, okay, so that actually feels good. In the past, I used to wear, for example, corset, just because I thought it's going to give me this, you know, beautiful waist, but it was just so uncomfortable that I cannot even believe that I would wear it for 10 hours straight to work, just so I can like feel better or pretend that my waist is smaller. And that takes us to point number 4, which is jewelry. And fake jewelry especially, or some kind of plastic jewelry and wooden jewelry that is not my style. When I was 20, I didn't really know what my style was and I didn't really know how I wanted to be seen in the world. So I would just buy things that were appealing to me, and that's kind of a, you know, full range from something that maybe was a little bit more expensive, because I would buy few golden earrings or maybe golden necklace, but then on the other side my attention would go to plastic earrings or big wooden bracelets. I would just buy them because I like them, or maybe I like them on someone else, but I never liked them on myself. So that was like a waste of money, just buying those things thinking that one day I'm going to wear them, but I actually never did. Point number 5, souvenirs. Magnets, shot glasses, mugs, little figurines or postcards, everything. I absolutely hate it now. I used to buy some because they were there, they were colorful, they were nice, and you know, you had the souvenir from a place you went. So the idea of owning something from a place you've been was exciting for me, definitely, until I realized that I have like a bag full of key holders, magnets, mugs, shot glasses, and all those little things that are somewhere and I'm unable to use them because they are just there and nobody uses them. So just a simple waste of money. And I'm no longer buying that, and I'm just so free from all the stands, and I don't really want to go close to souvenirs when I'm on holidays. Like, this is another big no for me. Point number 6, and here were two things that I bought when I was younger and I absolutely regret buying them. One of them I managed to return, which is trampoline. I bought this little trampoline that I could assemble at home, and I was just jumping on it because I was a little bit overweight, like I said before, and I wanted to lose weight. And I think after 3 days, when I realized that it not only makes noise when I jumped on it, and it also made noise for my neighbors, I just decided to return it. The item number 2 that I bought is electronic muscle toner. And maybe I used it twice in my life. The headache of putting it on and the experience of using it when your muscles are contracting, and it was just like such a strange feeling, and it didn't really work, or maybe only because I used it twice and not 100 times as probably, you know, they said I should have used it. I did throw it away when I was moving out from that house I used to live, and no more. I don't want to look at those electric muscles toners. Point number 7, wrong shade foundation. When I was younger, I used to want to be tan. Every single summer I would spend having a sun bath just because I wanted to look like my skin is sun-kissed. Probably I would just buy the foundation that wasn't the best match. I would end up with like kind of orange skin, or just like skin that is much darker than my natural color. I'm pretty pale, as you can see, so basically I would have a different color of my face and a different color of my jawline, and my neck would be like completely different. So that was like a, you know, very bright and pale, and my face would be just like brownish or orangish. And I didn't really know why I used to buy it. I think simply because, you know, wanting to be a little bit more tan was the first thing. Second, not being able to choose the right color for myself. And you might think, oh, okay, so those, I don't know, 10 years ago, there was nobody available to help you to choose the right color. Well, yeah, maybe they were, but not necessarily in Boots and not necessarily in Superdry, where I used to buy those items. Why did nobody tell me that the color of my face is totally different to the color of my body? And here we arrive to point number 8, which is kitchen utensils that are very poor quality. I have a great example here because my mom got this fantastic mixer some 30 years ago, and she's been using it ever since. And it never got broken, and the only thing she had to do was to replace those whisking parts, but the mixer works perfectly. Now I'm thinking of mine and I'm like, oh, so I bought one that was super cheap and I had to throw it away because it didn't work after 2 or 3 years. Another thing I bought was a coffee grinder. I think it was super cheap, and again it just like broke and I had to replace it. So buying something that is a little bit more expensive is going to give you much more usage, and this kind of cost per wear that you can translate directly into other stuff such as kitchen utensils. It's going to be much higher because you are going to be able to use this item much more often, and it's going to be just simply better quality and it's going to last longer. These are my worst purchases I made in my 20s. I would love to hear from you. What are yours? And if you do have any examples, just please share in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this episode and YouTube thinks you might like this one as well. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.